Hi everyone, Stacy Whiter here on behalf of Campus Mortgage with part one of a three-part video series on FHA 203K renovation mortgages. Now just a quick reminder before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal advice or used in place of FHA guidelines. Also, this video was issued on August 14th, 2018, and the information contained in this video is subject to change without notice. The FHA 203K program is a great product for borrowers looking to either purchase or refinance a home and finance in the costs of repairs or renovations. Now, there are two types of renovation mortgages that FHA offers. The first one is called a standard 203K, and the second is called a limited 203K. We're going to take a look at both of those in these three videos. But first, let's take a look at the overall program basics. So this is a 203K program and it follows most of the FHA guidelines. So for example, for a purchase, it's going to require the standard 3.5% down payment. But the key here is that this program lends on the after improved value of the home. So what that means is if a borrower is purchasing a home that's worth $100,000 as is, and then let's say they put in $50,000 of renovations, the idea is that the home will then be worth somewhere around $150,000 after the renovations, and that's what FHA lends on. Now, because there are more steps to this program and it takes longer to basically finish out the loan again, or to finish out the actual origination of the loan because it factors in the renovations and repairs, there are additional steps and additional costs that the borrower and the lender need to be aware of. Now let's talk about the different types of properties that FHA will allow a borrower to do this program on. First and foremost, a 1 to 4 unit single family structures. So definitely an ideal program for those type of structures. Individual condominium units. Now they do have some additional requirements. Of course, it has to be an FHA approved condo project development. The improvements as part of the mortgage are limited to the interior of the unit, except for the case where maybe you're installing a firewall in the attic for that particular unit. But most of the repairs and restructures are going to have to be interior. Also, there can be no more than 5 units per condominium association, or 25% of the total number of units, whichever is less, can undergo rehab at any time. After the rehab on the condo unit, the unit should be located in a structure containing 4 units or less. Now, a site condominium unit, which is pretty standard or pretty similar to, say, a townhome or something like that, but that's more of a standalone condominium unit, that is definitely allowed under this program. In addition, manufactured housing is allowed. Obviously, there are certain restrictions. It cannot affect the structural components of the home. So, you know, a manufactured house typically comes to the site already built. It comes to on a truck. This loan cannot be used to change any of the structure of the manufactured home. So mostly it's going to be limited to the interior. A mixed-use property is another great use for this program on a 1 to 4 unit residential property only. 51% of the gross building area is for residential use. So if you have a mixed-use property, you need to make sure that at least 51% of the total gross area is for residential use. Commercial use may not affect the health and safety of the occupants, obviously. So whatever the commercial use of the property is, it has to meet FHA standards. This program is also allowed on HUD real estate owned purchases. So this is a situation where HUD owns the property, or they foreclosed on a property and they're now offering it for sale. In that case, you can use this program to rehabilitate the property. Typically, the HUD will state that in the sales contract or addendum. It's owner occupied only for that purpose. All right, that concludes part 1 of this 3-part video series. Make sure you check out part 2 and 3 where we go into more detail on the actual program and the types of improvements that are allowed. Thanks so much for watching. For more tips and videos, please visit campusmortgage.org to look for their weekly mortgage video tips designed for all mortgage professionals, including underwriters, loan officers, processors, closers, and post-closers. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.